As the years go by, our homes become more than just places to live. They transform into treasure troves of memories and experiences. Every corner holds something special, a piece of our past, a gift from someone we love, or a token from a significant moment in our lives. Yet over time, the accumulation of these items can start to feel overwhelming. The home that once felt cozy and inviting might now feel cluttered and chaotic. This isn't about the size of the house or the number of belongings. It's about how these items are organized and whether they still bring us the peace and comfort we deserve. Today, we'll explore 6 common things that might be making your home look cluttered after 60. These aren't just physical objects. They're often tied to emotions, habits, and the stories we hold dear. By understanding these clutter culprits and taking thoughtful steps to address them, you can transform your space into a sanctuary that reflects your current life while honoring your past. So, let's begin this journey of discovery, reflection, and renewal. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing in your home that you've kept for years, even though you rarely use it? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's inspire each other to create spaces that truly feel like home. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's uncover the beauty of a clutter-free life together. 1. Holding on to sentimental items. One of the most common reasons homes feel cluttered after 60 is the sheer number of sentimental items we hold on to. These items, whether it's a box of old letters, a collection of photo albums, or a drawer full of childhood keepsakes, carry immense emotional value. They are not just objects, they are bridges to the past, reminders of loved ones, and symbols of experiences that shaped who we are. Letting go of these items often feels impossible because it can feel like erasing a part of our identity. However, as these sentimental items multiply over the years, they can start to take over. What begins as a few cherished pieces can turn into piles of belongings that occupy entire rooms. These items might sit in corners, fill closets, or cover shelves, creating a sense of visual and emotional clutter. The challenge isn't about giving up these memories, it's about finding a balance between preserving the past and making space for the present. One approach is to curate your sentimental collection thoughtfully. Instead of keeping every memento, focus on the ones that truly hold meaning. Display these items in a way that brings joy rather than overwhelm. A well-organized shelf of framed photographs or a neatly arranged box of keepsakes can honor your memories without cluttering your living space. By being intentional about what you keep, you create an environment where your cherished items shine and your home feels peaceful and welcoming. 2. Accumulation of paper and mail. Over time, papers have a way of taking over our homes. From old bills and tax documents to magazines and handwritten notes, these items tend to accumulate faster than we realize. Many people keep papers with the thought that they might need them someday, but the reality is that most of these items lose their relevance over time. Stacks of paper on tables, countertops, and desks can quickly make a home look cluttered and disorganized, even if the rest of the space is relatively tidy. For seniors, this issue can feel particularly overwhelming. The fear of discarding something important, like a legal document or a meaningful letter, can make it hard to let go. At the same time, the sheer volume of papers can make organizing feel like an insurmountable task. It's not uncommon to find drawers or boxes filled with outdated documents, creating a sense of chaos that spills over into other areas of life. Tackling this clutter starts with a clear plan. Begin by sorting papers into categories: what needs to be kept, what can be digitized, and what can be discarded. Items like old bills and expired warranties can usually be thrown away, while important documents like birth certificates and medical records should be safely stored in a designated space. Digital storage is also a great option for preserving sentimental items like letters while reducing physical clutter. By addressing the accumulation of paper, you create not only a more organized space, but also a sense of mental clarity. 3. Furniture that no longer fits your lifestyle. As we move through different stages of life, our needs and preferences change, yet the furniture in our homes often stays the same. Over the years, it's easy to accumulate pieces that served a purpose at one time, but are now rarely used. An extra armchair that was once perfect for a busy household might now sit unused in a corner. A bulky cabinet that once held your children's belongings might now be filled with odds and ends you barely touch. These pieces, though familiar, can make a space feel crowded and cluttered. The challenge with furniture is that it's not just functional, it's sentimental. A dining table might remind you of countless family meals, while a couch might hold memories of gatherings with loved ones. Letting go of these items can feel like letting go of the moments they represent. However, holding on to too many pieces that no longer serve your lifestyle can limit the functionality and flow of your home. Reassessing your furniture is not about erasing your past, it's about adapting your space to reflect who you are today. Start by identifying the pieces you use regularly and the ones that have become more decorative than practical. Consider donating or passing down items that no longer fit your needs. This not only creates more space, but also allows these pieces to find new life in another home. A well-curated furniture layout can make your home feel lighter, more open, and better suited to the way you live now. Collections that have outgrown their space over the years. Many of us develop collections that bring us joy. Books, figurines, antiques, or even things as simple as stamps or postcards. These collections often start small, representing hobbies, passions, or personal interests that have been nurtured over time. However, as the years go by, these collections tend to grow, often outpacing the space available to display them. What once felt like a charming addition to a room can start to feel overwhelming, making your home look and feel cluttered. The challenge with collections is that they hold emotional value. Each item tells a story. A book might remind you of a certain chapter in your life, a figurine might symbolize a cherished trip, or an antique might connect you to a sense of history. Letting go of even a small part of the collection can feel like losing a piece of yourself. As these collections expand, they often spill into spaces where they weren't originally intended, occupying shelves, tables, and even floors. This not only detracts from the beauty of the collection itself, but also creates visual clutter that can overwhelm the rest of the room. To address this, it's essential to strike a balance between preserving your passion and maintaining a harmonious space. Consider curating your collection, focusing on the pieces that hold the most meaning or visual appeal. Display them thoughtfully, using dedicated spaces like a bookshelf, cabinet, or a single wall. This approach allows your collection to remain a part of your life without overwhelming your living space. For items you no longer have room for, think about donating them to someone who shares your passion or using digital methods to archive their memory. By approaching your collection with intention, you can celebrate your interests while keeping your home serene and inviting. 5. Unused or outdated items. As we age, it's natural to accumulate things that served a purpose at one point in our lives, but no longer do. Old kitchen gadgets, outdated electronics, or fitness equipment that hasn't been touched in years can quickly pile up, occupying valuable space and making the home feel unnecessarily cluttered. These items often stay because they don't seem harmful. They're tucked away in cupboards, basements, or attics, waiting for a time when they might be needed again. The problem is that time rarely comes, and instead, these items continue to take up space year after year. Unused or outdated items can also carry a sense of guilt. You might feel bad for letting go of a kitchen appliance you hardly used, or an expensive electronic device that's now obsolete. This guilt can make it difficult to part with things, even when you know they no longer serve you. For some, there's also a sense of security in holding onto these items, a feeling that they might come in handy someday. But in reality, they often become forgotten relics, buried under newer additions and contributing to a growing sense of clutter. To tackle this issue, start by being honest about what you use and what you don't. If an item hasn't been touched in years, it's unlikely to suddenly become essential. Consider donating functional items to someone who might truly need them, or recycling outdated electronics responsibly. By letting go of unused or outdated items, you free up not just physical space, but also mental clarity. Your home becomes a reflection of your current life, not a storage unit for the past. This process can be liberating, allowing you to focus on the things that truly matter and bring you joy in the present.